Can a set-top box improve the lives of older adults, loved ones, and caregivers? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Jubilee TV is co-founder and CEO Ashish Aggarwal. Hi, Ashish.
Hi, Fred. Good to be talking with you.
Good to see you. Now, let's give folks a little bit of background first to start with. What is Jubilee TV and how did this come about?
Fred, you rightly said, can a set-top box improve lives of older adults and can empower families to be who live away from their older adults to take care of them remotely? So around 3 years ago, we had created technology around simplifying TV, the first generation of our product, and we saw a lot of seniors use it. I saw me using it with my mother-in-law, where I was able to not only fix her TV issues remotely, see what's on her screen, make her time in front of the TV really valuable, but then I could do interesting things with her. I could see her in her own room, which gave me much better information than seeing her on a phone. And I was able to keep sort of a passive eye on her remotely. So that was the birth of Jubilee TV. It's a set-top box that I buy for my mom and put it on her TV, and I have an app that allows me to control her TV remotely. The genesis was really our technology and my need to take care of my parents aging in their own home remotely from me.
That's interesting. So obviously the person that you're giving this to has the ability to control their TV, change channels, but if they wind up kind of lost in terms of controlling it or not knowing what to do with different streaming services these days and such, you can step in from wherever you happen to be?
That's correct, Fred. So let's look at the senior side first, right? Already the TV is really complex. You have so many channels, you have so many devices. How do you manage that complexity was the first question. So now, as an adult child and a senior together, you can curate that whole experience by putting favorites, so voice control across devices, uh, always knowing whether your TV is on or off. So we simplified that for the senior as the first step. But what is really powerful is if my mom gets lost for some reason, like we had one scenario where one of our investors' mom called saying the subtitles are in Spanish. How do I change it? Or we get so many of these requests where you get logged out of your Netflix account. How do I do this? Right. So that is one area where I can come and see what's on the screen and do it for my mom remotely. But I can also put any show or content. So let's say I want my mom to watch this really nice video about a person in real time visiting a destination in Ireland, like she wanted to like virtually visit Ireland, I could find it on YouTube myself, which my mom would never be able to find, and then from my phone share it to my mom's TV. So now it plays on her local device on her TV. So the idea is not just controlling and fixing the TV, but making the TV far more useful for my mom.
And you're creating a shared experience there as well. And there's video conferencing as well. So you would use your phone uh, to video conference, and your mom would use the Jubilee TV.
That's correct. So the next layer of this cake, right, as we call it, is okay. Now I have mom's attention. I have the largest screen, the largest speaker. I have a far field camera in the room. Can I start to interact with her? Can I see her in her own space rather than just her eyes on the phone? Can I see people coming in and out? Can I talk to her? That is our second layer of communication that we call, which means I can set reminders for her. I can set reminders that automatically put a content for her, for instance. So 6 o'clock, she loves to watch Wheel of Fortune, so TV turns on, you're watching Wheel of Fortune, right? So now you layer a communication layer on top. I can send photos. Photos have become such a big part of my parents' TV watching. It's surprising. Like I can load up the whole grandkids, like all the family pictures onto her screen, and it becomes a slideshow for her after that. So layer in video calling, layer in communication, layer in medication reminders, all of that, the TV surface becomes a very powerful medium of communication, two-way communication. If I am if mom's not picking up the phone, I really want to find out, is she there? Is she not? Has she fallen? Something's happened. I can turn on the TV. I can look into the room. This is only with permissions given to me by my mom. I can chime the speaker, which is the TV, the loudest, to get her attention. I can do all of those things to avoid a 911 trip otherwise.
Terrific. And you answered one of the questions I had there when it comes to privacy. This is all permission based.
Absolutely. So privacy and safety. You see so many spammers today spamming seniors on their phones. My dad lost close to $10,000 in one single misclick that he did the other day. He would have lost, according to him, close to $200,000 in from his bank account if he had made that second click. Right? It is scary. The spammers out there. But this device is completely grounds up engineered by us, only permissions based. There is no spamming. You allow granular permissions to each sibling or grandkid in this. As a as a person taking care of my mom, I can say my brother doesn't have those controls that I do. He actually does more than me, but you can do all of those. So that's where we come in. It's private, safe, secure. It's HIPAA compliant. So everything is on the box. Nothing gets stored in the cloud. Everything is encrypted, so that level of protection is there.
Tell me about the Jubilee TV box and how this works, how the setup works, and are you connecting other devices to it? Obviously, it's connecting to the TV, to the screen.
That's right. So imagine a box that has HDMI inputs. We have three HDMI inputs. So you connect any of your source devices. So our first philosophy is there's so much noise. We don't want to be additive to noise. We want to be subtractive to the noise. The idea is you can keep on using what you have today that you're comfortable with. You don't have to change your TV. You don't have to change your set-top boxes. You connect it to us. Now you can setup usually takes around 20 to 30 minutes. Most people do it on their own, but we have a active support helpline if you need any help. We can even send somebody into your home for an extra charge to set it up for you in case you're further away from your loved one. It takes 20 to 40 minutes rewiring, and then you have an on-screen guide that guides you exactly like which are the devices, how are we going to control them, and you're done. That's the first step of the you sign up, you create an account, you sign up. Now the app is connected to the TV. But what is really,
And
really,
sometimes it's connected to a sound bar or something else as well, right? For the audio.
yeah. So we like our biggest, and we've been in this space for many years now. Our biggest technology benefit is we can handle any devices, whether it's soundbar, any kind of TV. It doesn't need to be a particular model of the TV. Any devices, any set-top boxes, right, across the US, whether it's Xfinity, Spectrum, DirecTV, Dish, and any of the streaming players, Blu-ray players, we can handle all of those devices using either a single remote control, which completely simplifies the entire experience, or you could continue to use the remote controls that you have. So just imagine our positioning inside the room is to say your parent can continue to use exactly what they're comfortable with. They could use the 6 button remote that you bought for them, or they could use the Xfinity remote that came with the box because they are used to it, or you could use one remote from us that unifies all your experience. Right? It is a tech that nobody else has. It looks very, very simple to do it, but the complexity behind this was so high before we started that to tame that tiger took us many years with many, like 60 to 80 patents on this entire space, right? But that's our positioning, which allows us to be in front of a senior when everybody else has failed. Because acceptance from a senior who really wants to simplify their life is the one thing you need before you can start to layer anything on top. That we've been able to achieve with this tech of ours.
And you haven't always just focused on seniors as well. Your background really is solving these kinds of issues for consumers at large, right?
That's correct. So as a company, as me as a person, my experience and background has been in devices. in audio and video technology. That's how we formed this company together. But our first team was led by Blake Krikorian, who was the Slingbox co-founder. He passed away, unfortunately, very. Then my co-founder led the company for many years. And that time we were trying to solve this problem for a larger demographic. But most of them were audio enthusiasts, were video enthusiasts that were looking at the product. We started to see that it can make a real big impact on seniors and the lives of sandwich generation. So Gary Lauder calls this from a tech startup to a tech with a social impact startup, right? So that was our journey, right? Now we can see that while the first part of this whole experience is about, tech simplicity, the second phase of this company is to make a difference in people's lives, right? Which is the sandwich generation and that of seniors. So that's where we are in our journey today.
Terrific. I had the opportunity to interview Blake back in the Slingbox days. Terrific person. So tell us about pricing, how this works. This is like you said, this is kind of a shared thing.
Yeah, so you buy the hardware device for $200, and then you have a subscription on top of it, which you can pay in one of three ways. You can pay monthly, which is $30 a month, $29 a month. You can pay yearly for $269, or you can pay one time of $499 and then not have to pay subscription on top of it. So for $699, you get everything bundled into one play, or you can choose to pay $200 upfront and $29 a month. So that's how the pricing works. We also give you a 60-day, no questions asked, risk-free trial. So if you love it, you keep it. If you don't, no questions asked. Return label is in the box. You can put it all back to us, right? And people who stay past 60 days, and I'll give you the metrics also. 85% people who buy the product stay past 60 days, which is a really healthy number. And of those who go past the trial period, the cancellations are largely 90% of the cancellations are only because the senior passed away. So that's how good the usage of the product is. If it fits your need, you keep it, and when you keep it, you use it until your senior actually has transitioned to either a higher level of care or actually pass, right? So this is how good we have made the product. Because David G, our investor from Greylock, loves to say how impactful this product has been on people's life. Right? So you don't find so many tech products staying in your living room until the end of not the product's life, but unfortunately the senior's life.
Is there a plan that would cover more than one TV in a household, or
Yeah,
typically
absolutely.
just focused on the family room?
No, 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 no. Our product can work across TVs. So you can buy under one subscription, you can buy as many hardware devices and put it in as many rooms as you want. And it works. You have we have somebody who has put it in 15 rooms today in one house. Yes. So that person controls 15 TVs remotely in the house together for one parent, very rich person. But that's what they do. So yes, we can allow any number of family members to seniors, any number of TVs to be controlled under one plan.
And is the camera an external camera that plugs into the box, or is it built into the box?
It's built into the box. It has a lens cover on it that you can close in case you don't want to use the camera features. You can cover the lens cap, but the camera is built into the box.
And it is designed to work exclusively with the app, the Jubilee TV app. It's not going to connect with any other kind of video conferencing, correct?
That's absolutely correct. We don't even let Zoom or any other devices or any other applications access that camera. We are HIPAA compliant. We wouldn't be HIPAA compliant otherwise, if we allowed access to camera and other private information to be outside. So very,
And the
very
reason
safe,
for
secure.
needing the HIPAA compliance is this can be used by caregivers or medical professionals as well.
Correct. So there are scenarios in which our device, even though we don't actually handle the sensitive information, we are a carrier of sensitive information back and forth. It could be, your medical reports, etc. It could be just video calling. It could be diagnosis. that a care provider is doing, or a nurse is doing, or a doctor is doing to a patient. So we also have those scenarios today that are being taken care of. Families are buying it and allowing nurse and doctors to be on the platform to take care of your senior. So all of that is facilitated through this device.
Terrific. For more information, where can people go?
People can go to our website, getjubileetv.com. We also are on Amazon, so they can choose one of these two ways to buy the product.
Well, congratulations on the innovations there. Ashish Aggarwal, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you, Fred. It's a great pleasure for me to be talking to you after so many years.